You remember the last 2 weeks we had an anticyclone, a winter high over us, and it was very cold. The frost has got into the ground. Well, we've still got the anticyclone over us, but it's nothing like as cold. Our problem now, as you're no doubt well aware, is persistent fog. And for the next 3 days at least, and for England especially, but also to some degree Wales, there will be persistent and at times freezing fog, which is very hard to clear. May just go for half an hour in the afternoon before it returns. For Northern Ireland and Scotland, the story generally speaking is different. There'll be more breeze here, so it'll be often cloudy, but certainly brighter than in the fog, but mild and damp. There's a huge difference in temperatures across the UK, and that will stay right till the end of the week. Now, the position we have at the moment is we're on the western edge of this anticyclone, which means we're always butting up against the Atlantic fronts. They'll always try and get in. They will succeed, but not really, I don't think, until the end of the week. So the high has its influence over England and Wales especially, and then eventually it's lost towards next weekend. That's when the real difference will start to tell. So until that time, we've got frost, light, in and out, mostly at night and dotted around. Nothing like as severe as last week, but of course it does mean that to get the frost out of the ground, particularly in East Anglia, is going to be a very slow process. The fog then is the main story for the rest of this afternoon. It's mostly in the Vale of York, Eastern England, the Midlands and East Anglia. It's gone from most other places. It'll be a cloudy afternoon in Northern Ireland for most of England, but for the southwest of England and for Scotland in particular, the sun should be out from time to time. It's Scotland that's seen no fog this morning to speak of except the southern uplands, and that'll be the story throughout this week, I suspect. The temperature is also hugely different. 2 where it stays foggy. Again, that applies for the next few days. 8 to 10 elsewhere. Big difference. Maintainable. And overnight the frost is patchy. I'll go for the Vale of York as being a prone position, possibly South East England as well tonight, and that's a reinforcement. The fog will come back and spread very readily throughout England and Wales overnight. Tomorrow is a very similar story, with the fog most likely in central and eastern England where the cold still exists. The milder, damper, breezy weather still in western Scotland and Northern Ireland, and the difference half and half, if you like, in between. By Tuesday, things start to float around a little bit. We might see 1 or 2 showers develop in the southwest of England and drift along the channel during Wednesday. By Wednesday, I think the areas prone to fog and overnight frost are more likely to be northern England and Wales, and for a time it might be a little bit drier and brighter, maybe with a few spots of rain in the south of England, but nothing much has changed in great detail for Scotland and for Northern Ireland. And then from Thursday into Friday, you'll note we start to see things fall across the UK. This is when the high recedes into the rest of Europe, taking the worst of its winter with it, if you like. The wind picks up for all of us, and as a result, there'll be less fog. It'll be there to start with on Thursday, but on Friday, most of it will be gone. We'll be seeing more in the way of cloud, showers, and also higher temperatures for many. So the real change happens later in this week.